Thanks so much for all of you who were part of the first part. Guys, it was super great. It was super amazing. What we are going to work on now is actually finish what we started in the previous part. So just let me share my screen with all of you so you can see what's up. And we can finish that part and basically continue tomorrow with the header and the rest of the things. So what we were building earlier was basically this UI. As you know, I'm building a new project, which is going to be a streaming service for listening to brand new artists that you cannot find on Spotify or on YouTube, or they are not that visible. And this is a UI for basically internal people in the project to manage the catalog of music, right? So that's pretty much it. And basically what we were working earlier was to power all the functionality for the states management, as well as be able to change the genres, to add a new genre. So I can add here new genre. So I can add a new item right there. I can select a new item. I can update a particular track, like disable or enable. But what we need to do right now is actually power the functionality for the tags. So that's something that it was let off. So we need to get that done. All right. All right. So let's go to, just one second. I'm just gonna share this on Twitter so people can watch it if they want, and then I can share that with on Twitch as well, so people can see it correctly as well. All right, I'm just tweeting that out so people can see what's up, and then I will just simply continue to where we let off. By the way, oh my god, like I'm so confused right now. All right, anyway, we will get this done. All right, so we added the update track, I think. All right, so we need to work on the add a new tag. So as you see here, well, I would just refresh. Okay, so we need to pass out that callback function. All right, where is the add genre? On a genre. Track item on a genre. All right, perfect. So we have this on add tag in the track item. So on add tag, so we can just simply on change genre, on add genre. Okay, so there are a couple of things that we need to take care of these here. So the first one is tag selection. Do we have one for on focus, blah 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 blah? So I guess that we have some property that we can pass down to basically listen to changes to that particular component. But I will open the ant design documentation so we can see what's up with that. All right, let me close that part. Hey, welcome. Kilimanjaro, yeah, on Twitch. Welcome. How's everything going? I've been doing like 4 hours of live stream, and now I'm just doing a small one to finish what I started. If you are on YouTube, follow me there as well. All right, so ant design page is loading. I don't really know why it's taking so long today, but we will not stop just because it's not working as we want it to. Okay, let's see. Let's wait. All I see is bleep blob smart language. You're not a software developer. Where are you from? How old are you? All right, so the page is loading, but there are a couple of things that we can do in the meantime. So as you see on the category, where is the genre selection? So we have like 2 callbacks on add item as well as on change. I think like we can use that because that's very appropriate. So on add item, in this case, instead of on add item, on add tag, and on change. All right, so I'm just gonna go on add, on change. And then we can simply have here we can simply have here on chain, on add tag, which is going to be a function very similar to the other one that we have for on add genre. And we will just simply call on add tag. Pretty simple. Then what else do we need to do? So we need to have on change, and we'll simply have an on change tag. So for sure we can just simply copy and paste the other function that we created for on change genre. By the way, let me write here a comment to do some refactoring these functions into one, because as I said earlier, that's something that we can easily. Oh, Lithuania, that's so cool, bro. And what do you do for a living? Are you studying? Are you on the college? Are you working? I want to know. I'm very curious now. Okay, it says or not. Okay, yeah, we'll need to add that eventually to the property for the other component. On add, okay, on add and on change. So we just simply need to say that this is a function, and then on change is as well a function. As I said earlier, I think the good strategy for this would be to have, instead of these generic functions, to have more specific ones. So create types for that. But we can get back to that later. I wouldn't be worried too much right now. So hey, hi everybody to the people on Twitch. Hi everybody to the people on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. It's late now in Spain, so I hope you appreciate that. And thanks for the subscription, well, the following on Twitch. Actually, what's the name of that person? Well, I don't have it here. All right, so let's keep going. So we have here 2 callback functions on add, on change. what we need to figure out is what's the API or what's the contract for the select component for an end. And that's something that we can easily check right now. So in this case, we need to look for select. Yay! Thanks for the subscription. All right, so select. Well, that is pissing me off a little bit, but it's okay. All right, so default value. Let me check option interface, option props, children, option core data. All right, so what's here? Option core data, key disable. Well, all right, never mind. So we have on chain tag, on add tag. Let's see if the page loads. Actually, let me try with another browser just in case. Let me check. Let me see. Hi James, what's up, bro? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm working on our app, but this is basically an app for managing the music. How are you doing? It's been a while. You know what is this app all about? Let me see if, and how could it be possible that it's taking so long for loading this page? Can I use just like a proxy? Proxy server. It looks very nice. It's very simple. It's just for us to be able to manage the music. It's ridiculous. Okay, it's finally finished. It's finally done. Okay, so let's see the select props. On focus, on change. Okay, so we got the on change. I'm curious also for on add, on input key down, call when the key press, on focus, call on deselect, on change, call when select an option or input value change or value of input is changed in combo box mode. Okay, so we can just listen to on change and let's see where it goes from there. Yeah, it's actually, so it's just not only by genre, but yeah, mainly it's for that, like be able to classify and say what type of music are you listening like what is this track about, right? So you can have pop, rock, techno, whatever, or you can even add your own, a new genre that we didn't think before. Actually, let me remove a little bit the chat so you can see the screen clearly. But yeah, you can come here and say my own genre. So you can add that right there and you can select that. You can change the different tags. So this is something that we can use for being crazy and add so many stuff on it. Here is just for playing the audio and the cool stuff. Actually, I need to improve these, like not improve, but increase a little bit. So it's easier to you know, to explore the music. And then if it's disabled or enable, if we want to disable from the catalog, or if we want to change the title or the author. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing much for that, but it allows us to classify by genres, by having our own tags. So a lot of stuff actually. What do you think? How is it looking? Where is the... Okay, so I'm just gonna render here on click. I would just simply want to render whatever is being passed through the parameters. So let's call it data or event as of now. Let's see what is inside there. It says the tagging idea is really cool. It's just for allowing us to have to be able to classify even further the type of music, right? So it's look nice. Thank you. This was the original mockup that I designed with my design skills, which I mean I think they are pretty decent. So yeah, like having all these tags and having the genre disable or enable, and then tomorrow I will be working on this header part. All right, so let's see. Yeah, the typical one. So actually, let me console log event.target.value. The idea, James, is to have this ready as soon as possible, because the sooner we can have this ready, the sooner we can start classifying music. I still need to work a little bit on the database part, but I think that part is gonna be like, it should be kind of like straightforward in the sense that we shouldn't it shouldn't take that much time. Actually, just let me check, because I feel I want to see some examples from on change. I want to see some examples on input key down on select. Call when an option is selected. The parameters are options value or key and option instance. All right, so that's cool. Actually, feel on select. Function string number, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I can't wait to try it out and see how the classification result turns out. I think that's the secret sauce for this project. We will not disclose that part, right? Mouse enter. All right, so I can see here the value, which is great. So selected value. The thing is probably what we should do as well. So this is going to be just simply string. What we should actually do is, so we call on select, and basically we know that we need to update the tag for that particular track, but as well we need to populate that information for the global state of all the tracks. That's our secret. Yeah, that's our IP, I guess. That's our IP. But yeah, so actually, how many subscribers? Just only 5 subscribers to hit our goal for today, which is 680 people on the chat. Pretty awesome. Thanks for all the new subscriptions. I really appreciate that. So on add on chain. So actually the interesting part is that maybe we will not need to have that granularity about knowing if it's on adding a new tag or on change, because we can just infer that information with the on chain, right? Like if we get the new tag that the user has added, we just simply check and say, is this tag part of the tags list or is a new tag? And that's pretty much it. So I feel like we may not need to actually do anything on that side, but let me see if there is actually any method or any function that we can use for that. That's our secret. That's our secret. How is the Apple Watch going with the new wristbands that you bought? Are they cool? Which one is your favorite? I want to know. I know, like, if you don't say the one that I have in mind, I would be very pissed off. Clear icons, token separators, value, virtual on change, on blur, on deselect, call when an option is deselected, parameters deselect the option's value, only call for multiple or tags effectively multiple. Okay, that's important because alright, so we need to listen to that as well. So we can have here just a function call on deselect. That's good to know that we're reading the docs, because otherwise that could be a functionality that we wouldn't add, right? So we don't want that. I try each of them in the past 4 days. Vitamin Z. All right. You got it. It's the color of the channel, right? It's a corporate color. So if you didn't say that, I could be very pissed off. Why is that your favorite? It's just because, I don't know, like, why do you prefer that compared to the blue ones? Cinematic epic. And then if you add one more, okay, awesome. And then if you delete, all right, awesome. So we just simply need to have like an on add, an on delete. Is there anything else here that could be interesting to watch? On blur, we don't care. On change, yeah, we do. Well, actually, call when selecting an option or input value chain or value blah blah blah. Okay. On deselect, on focus on input key down, on mouse enter, on search, callback function that is fired when input changed. Okay. I think we are good to go. Good night. Thanks for stepping by. Okay, we are good to go. What we actually need to add just on select and on deselect. And we are ready to go. Actually, given the fact that on select, on deselect, don't go just leave too late. I don't ignore you, bro. Like, I was answering. Okay. Let me see what's the expected. Yeah. On select, on deselect. I think we got it. Let's go to the tag section, selection. On select, on deselect. On select tag. Good night, good night, good night. All right. So on select tag, on deselect tag, that's the two callbacks methods that we need to have. Deselect tag. Oh my god, I think the music right now is so vibey, like I love it. On select tag, on deselect tag, where is that? All right. On deselect tag. Okay. So okay. So on select tag, on deselect tag. Let me see actually. Hey. I'm just gonna share the chat view. Okay, on select tag, on deselect tag, we should just simply work on those two methods. On deselect tag, on select tag. Nice. And then I guess we can just simply on select tag. Oh my god, I just feel like I'm repeating myself. Which is true. Which is true. On select tag, on deselect tag. All right. All right. On select tag, on deselect tag, and then we just simply need to call this method right there. On change genre. Actually, you know what? In this case, we don't want to do so. The kind of method that I'm thinking we should have at this point for this one is something like passing here like the new tag. So in this case, for example, could be passing the tag, and here passing some sort of like updated track with tag. And I just feel like on select tag, and then actually what's the JSON for this? Let me go there. Example.json. So tags is a list of tags, right? So I don't know. I just feel like could be on select tag. Well, I mean, we can do it here, or we can do it in the other place where we can just simply delete that. In any way, the thing is that for on deselect tag, we just simply need to update. We just simply need to update the track itself, right? But we don't really actually need to delete anything from the state, because I mean, if you add the tag, that's fine, but we will not delete it. So actually, let me think twice. Let me think twice. How can we achieve this? Well, first of all, let me fix all of these bugs on select tag. Like all these errors there. On select tag is already defined. There we go. And then we have here the on-chain stuff. All right. What I wanna see now is actually how can we make the whole stuff in a really nice way. So what's the issue there? On add tag, it says that it's failing. On add tag, why is it failing? Yeah, because track item on select tag as well as, okay. So that's a problem that we need to fix. But before doing that, what I want to do on select tag, yeah, so now just like, let's keep it as it is. What I want to think twice is how can we accomplish this? So let me think. So we want to be able to delete as well as to add some tags here. All right, so cinematic, epic, all right, the delete part, we only care to update the track itself, so the rest of the parts we don't really care. For the adding part, we do care in the sense that once I add that, apart from updating the track itself, I want to also be able to add that new item into the state of the application, right? So I feel that we can actually have one method which we could have right there, update tag, which could be just passing the not necessarily the value but the track. And actually, let me do some updates to the previous method that we have. So instead of track, what I want to do is you see here, I think the part that does not make much sense is that, so we are passing a track, we are getting the track, we are updating the track again. I feel like instead of doing this, we could easily have or pass to this function like what's the track ID, for example, and what's the value that you want to update. In that way, we can just have all the logic in one simple place. The way it's working right now, I feel like the logic is a little bit scattered all across the place, because we have here, so we are updating the track and then we are re-updating the track in the other place. So let's do something, let's refactor this a little bit, because I feel that it's going to be easier to work with and more consistent. So instead of passing the updated track, which we will probably, like, we will for sure need it, let's do the following. So let's pass the track, let's pass the genre to the onUpdate. And then in onUpdate track, what we can actually have, well, for sure here we will have the genre part, so this will just simply be a string. What we can actually have is simple moving or extracting this part, like removing completely that part, moving the genre part here down below. So where is the updated track? So here, instead of passing the track, we will just simply pass the genre, and this should work fine. And then above, what we can actually have in the update tag is passing the track, passing the tag, and then here we can just simply do the same logic as we did here, but for updating the tag, and then we can just have the other part about if the tag is not part of the global state, then we will add the tag to the global state. All right, so it says no value exists in the scope for the shorthand property add tag, either declare one or provide an initializer. That makes totally sense because we have updated that, so it's no longer add tag, it's update tag. But before doing that, let me all right, so update tag, and then we need to update as well the context, because it's no longer add tag, it's an update tag. That's nice. All right, so what I want to focus on, yeah, and now, yeah, this will fail because it's no longer add tag, it's update tag. So I think, to be honest with you, I think we are making better the contract or the API methods for these callback functions. By the way, why is this failing? It says update tag is no longer fine. What's the hell? Why is this complaining? Yeah, because we need to update those signatures, which is okay. It's super easy to do, so not really a problem. But yeah, in this case, the first signature for a genre, I said don't disturb me. The first is gonna be the track, the second is gonna be the value, so genre in this case, tag in the other case. Actually wondering if for this context I can actually don't write this part and maybe just like create the context with no, but come on, add genre is supposed to be, oh, okay, got it. All right, yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. Okay, so add genre here, yeah, this is the problem, and this is why I think we should update the type. Like we should extract the type for this type of functions into an enum or a type interface, because then we do these kind of refactors and we don't even know what we need to change until we see all those errors on TypeScript. So in this case genre, and in this case tag, and then we just pass the track, we can just pass the tag. That's nice. All right, so update tag, we got it, which is exciting. What I want to do now, a genre track is not assignable to what the hell? On add genre, yeah, because it's completely wrong. Yeah, the cool stuff is that right now what we can actually do is just simplify a lot the logic itself. So here, value genre as type of genre, new genre. Nice. So we need to actually double check that the new genre is being added properly, because if it's not, I will be very sad and very sorry. And it's not working as it should be working. All right, so that happens when you refactor code and stuff like that. Let's see if actually we were able to add that value. No, we were not. All right, so probably the problem is map genre dot value. Okay, so this is a problem, because actually it should be map genre dot value, and then oh, so probably it's failing track. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, so probably it's failing in the lower layers. Okay, so let's go to, yeah, this is the problem, I think, because we should pass here the track as well as on that genre. We should pass the track as well as the value. All right, this should work. I want to change the just a little bit. All right, so let's see if actually we are able to add correctly. Okay, that one we are able to, but where it's now failing is the update part. Should be easy, though. Okay, so let's put a debugger there and just like, let's go from there. By the way, I'm just gonna get some water. Alright, I'm back. I want to see the subscribers count to increase, so subscribe. Alright, let's keep going. Let's put a debugger. Yeah, the problem is the genre is undefined. Alright, so let's go to an update track. An update, yeah, that's a problem. That's the problem. So this is exactly what I don't really want to, and if you start to see these, we are starting to pass over the same genre. We are passing over the same logic once, like over and over. So actually, if we replace this stuff by actually by a type that we can pass on, that's gonna be pretty sick. So I'm just gonna search functions declarations on TypeScript because I don't remember as of now. So we can go from there. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, because I still have the debugger. Couldn't update. Track does not exist. Weird. All right, let's see. Track, it's on. All right. On change and red. Let's see, what is this being called? Genre selection. Yeah. So All right, that should work just fine. All right, let's see if we can come on, refresh the page. These headphones are killing me. These headphones are killing me. All right. Okay, I think it should be working now, but let's check. So the genre is dance, the track is okay, perfect. So that's working now. But I think at this point, I want to do some refactor because the code, as you saw, like when we were updating stuff around, refactor update functions. All right, so what I actually want to ended up doing, I'm just going to share this part with all of you. So declaring the types for the function itself. So I want to extract that into yeah, exactly. This is what I'm looking for. Let's do it. All right, so we'll have here the on update. Okay. But actually, you know what? You know, I often use solution 4, maybe just because yeah, again, I'm not a big fan of that. Let me see what we can do here. So this is a stuff that is working fine. Track does not exist. Perfect. All right, so before doing the refactor, which I doubt right now, what's the value of that? Let's make sure that we finish the update tag first, so we can get a better picture or holistic picture of how can we do the refactor a little bit more clear, if we really need to. All right, so well, actually, it could be great if, apart from adding that, we can select that piece. All right, now what I want to do now is, what happens if I type there? Okay, so nothing happens, but I was expecting at least to call this update tag. All right, so let's see. Track item. So apparently that's calling the on the select tag. Apparently that's calling the oh my god, let's get back to these. On the select tag, on the select tag, tag, tracks contact value, update tag, is that the right thing? So why I'm not able to see this console log? I don't understand. We should be able to see this console log. Let's see. Maybe it's because we're not passing that down to the track item. I mean, we are passing that down. We are not using that. All right. Exactly. All right. So let's remove on add genre. We have the on select tag and on the select tag. So on add genre, we no longer need this, to be honest with you. So we can just delete that. So we have the on select tag, and we can just like simply call tag itself. At this point, we do have the track, right? So we can actually use this. The interesting part is that actually, you know, like at the end of the day, if we go to the on this select on change genre, okay, as you see, like there are a lot of repetitions here about like passing down the track, which is something that we have on the upper layer, so we can actually improve that a little bit. But let's wait for a second before doing that. Okay, track, and this is not the genre, but this is the track. All right, so let's check on select tag, on deselect tag. So let's check if actually on add item, on select tag, and come on, there should be something for on add item. But this is the genre selection, so sorry about that, but I was on add genre. Oops, I think, just let me check on add genre. Okay, yeah, I deleted what I shouldn't delete it, but at least we spot that. Actually, TypeScript was spotting that for us. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think I also deleted the on add genre, which is something that we need. So all right, so on add genre, yeah, that should be working fine. All right, so what I'm missing is on select, on deselect. So on this on select, we're just calling the on select with the track and the tag, and on deselect with the track and the tag. That's exactly what we're looking for right there. So on select, on tag, yeah, so this is the problem. I don't want to call this on add tag. It should just simply be on select tag. Perfect. Update tag. All right. So I was thinking to use the same update tag. Yeah, I think we just like having one should be more than enough, because with one we can actually check if that tag is part of the tags list or not, and based on that we can just like simply decide whether we should add it or not. So I'm considering like on selecting or on deselecting maybe something that yeah, that stuff will need it. Let me go to track list, and then here on select tag, deselect tag. Um, this select tag, pretty simple. The select tag, we just got it right there. The select tag. Okay, so the selecting tag. So that will make us, that will make the whole thing easier to understand what we should, like, what's the behavior that we should expect from there. So yeah, deselecting, selecting, pretty awesome. All right, so the first thing is that on select tag. All right, so adding tag. Here is where we need to, so a couple of things, right? So the first thing is track tags added. Then if tag is not part of the global list of tags, added as well. So yep, that's pretty much what we need to do there. And then in the other part, in the other deselect method, we need to do something pretty similar to that. So the first one is remove tag from the tags list, and that's all, right? Because we don't want to like traverse all the available tracks and, you know, like just delete that particular, like just check if that tag is used in many places. If so, delete that particular tag. Like as of now, we don't really need to care about that specific case. So adding tag, deleting tag, pretty simple, pretty basic, so pretty awesome as well. All right, so let's do the following. Track dot tags. All right, so if the tag is part of the tags, then what we need to do is actually okay, just like negate this. So if the tag is not in the tags, then what we need to actually do is const updated tags. It's gonna be track.tags and then the new tag. So we can just simply say updated track equals merge this thing. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty similar to this one. So actually what I'm thinking is that we should probably, yeah, call this update track. The thing is, so this is interesting because basically we will need to do the same step. So all of this part right there, we can extract that into an external function. So, and then this, instead of calling update track, the appropriate name could be at genre. Yeah. So at, or well, or change genre, or yeah, change genre. That's a more appropriate name for that. And then we need to update as well the context, because the context is using add genre. So instead of that, should be change genre. Oh, hold on. Just let me check something real quick. Before doing that, okay, so who is calling this function? I see. Okay. All right, so on update track, update track, update track. So actually the add genre is not used. Is that what you're saying? All right, so I see there the add genre, but I think the add genre is not being used. All right, so let me double check that real quick. So add genre, genres. Is the add genres being used at all? So I need to see where is this on update track being used. On update track item on update. Is this even being used here? On chain genre? On chain genre? I see. Amigo. Yeah, what I don't really like about this one is that the function is very specific to genre. So we are passing there a genre. Instead of that, if we want to make this like more generic, instead of genre, what we should actually pass is an object called data, for example. Track. So update track. So using this idea, basically we can use or reuse the update track to basically update whatever we need to, because we'll be like, you know, it will try to search for that particular track. If it exists, it will update the track, and then that's pretty much it. So in this case, for example, instead of like redoing over and over the merge part, we just simply call the update track. We just pass the track as the first parameter, and as the second parameter, we just simply pass that. What we actually need here is the updated tags, which is going to be tags, and then all right, so as you see there, yeah, and then we can just like, yeah, we don't need to re-implement the logic for basically updating the track itself. And then the rest of the stuff that we actually need to do here is just like simply call this set tags and say if the tag is not in tags tag, okay, and then if the tag in tags, so if the tag is not in the tags, this looks like a seashores like in the seashells. But basically here, what we actually need to do is just saying we want a tags and then we want a new tag there. But because what's going on here, default tags, yeah, okay. So I need to basically new tag equals to value tag, and then say here new tag right there. All right, so that's pretty much it on that side. Again, we will need to do some refactors, to be honest, but I think now the code is starting to make more sense to me. As you see, okay, so add genre, select tag, deselect tag. Yeah, I think the problem is because we went button up instead of going up to bottom. All right, so let's say for example that I add a new tag there. What's happened? What happens with this? Cinematic. It should be only be, but why is that adding twice cinematic? Let's put a debugger and let's see what's happened here, so we can see what's going on. Is this not refreshing? Okay, so we got the tag here, which is cinematic. If the tag is not in the tags of the track, which is not, then we'll have the updated tags, then we will call update tag, and then if the tag is not in the list of the tags, okay, got it. Got it. All right. There we go. That will work, and that will solve the problem. Awesome. There we go. Perfect. That works. Yep, that works. Now let's imagine that I add the new tag here. So it will go there, it will add the tag, and then here it will just say, no, actually the tag is not there, so I just need to add one more tag. Nice. So let's actually say new tags in order to see very clearly that awesome. Nice. What's that? I'm receiving messages right now. Yeah, another way that we can do this is actually saying a track.tags. Well, never mind. I think this is fine. Now we need to actually fix the we need to remove that particular track. So we're gonna use actually similar approach to what we have before, But in this case, we need to remove from a list. So arrays have the removed property, so we can use that. Deselect tag. So track dot a tags dot remove delete. Come on, just how could it be possible that this is not implemented natively like a remove method? Come on, it should be. But anyway, we can just simply use a filter for that, and that's pretty much it. So let's do a track dot tags dot filter. So we can pass here a tag, a t. So tag equals tag. So if it's not, nice. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can get. Yuppale. 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 Nice. Nice. Okay. It's working great. It's working great. Can I actually put this in the same line? Oh yeah, I do. So I think, yeah, I broke that. So I need to fix that. Is the add new item working at all? Yeah, it is working, but the add genre is not working at all, so that's perfectly fine. So genre, please include the genre. Okay. Valley genre, it's a genres, but that's for just for the genres, but for on-chain genres. Oh, I don't have that right there. Nice. Interesting. On select. So yeah, instead of on app date, which is okay, I think what we can actually have is by the way, now that I'm seeing this, should be completely fine if we say a genre, we say select tag, we say deselect tag, so we can delete all of these. Something else that I want to do is, instead of just having this on update, which is very generic and not very specific, what we can actually have is, all right, let's see if it's still working. All right, and then what happens if I add that? It will be available everywhere. Awesome. So instead of having this generic on update, what I want to actually have is something like this, right? Where I can be very specific. So let's see first the way we are using the on update right there. So, okay, I mean, I guess that's okay. Yeah, so the thing is that here, instead of calling on update, what I actually want to do is just call whatever, like on chain genre, for example, on chain genre. So we can pass the track as well as the genre. Then here, instead of just calling the on app page, which is okay. Well, actually, 1 second before doing that. Could be so awesome if an update and then I just like pause it. That would be so awesome. I'm wondering if I can use that for the rest of the stuff, because for the rest of the stuff it's a little bit more like logic, and I think if we are I think if we are honest with ourselves if we are honest with ourselves, we should keep using the same approach about being very granular over which logics, like over the callback functions that we are using, right? And where do we place the logic for those callback functions. So just 1 second, I will turn off the fan. Actually, where do I have the remote? It's a little bit late here in Spain, but I want to get this done so I can just like sleep like a baby, knowing that I did my homework. Okay, so chain genre as well as the new genre, and then here we just simply need to use this to make sure that we are referring to the local one. So one chain is disabled, and then there must be another one for on-chain genre right there, that it should be getting that local copy instead. So we're kind of like following the same approach about passing the track as a first parameter and then the genre. To be honest, I believe that we should eventually get away from all of these local functions and just like rely, or even not rely, but yeah, what we can actually end up doing. But the thing is that I'm not sure if all of those sub methods, well, sub components have access to the track. But it could be so great if we can actually get away from all of these functions, local copies of functions, and just directly call on select tag. But from what I'm seeing actually, like for example on change, we need to have that wrapper over that, right? So let's see. I think so far it looks better than before, at least looks more consistent, which consistency, it's something really important in my opinion when it comes to all of these kind of things, right? Making sure that everything is super consistent, and now everything is predictable because we know that all of those functions, all these callback functions, follow the same pattern about having the track as a first parameter and then whatever value as a second parameter. So I think that's a win that we got today. But then we need to make sure that we update the track item there or here. I mean, it's so late that I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I know what I'm talking about, you know. A, B, C, D. Okay. So this will follow the same approach about chain genre. And then we will have the other one here, which is chain is disabled. And of course, we will get away from that one. And we will get away from update track as well. To be honest, we are using here the context, but it's something that no problem. Like we can get away from the context as of now if we want to, but as of now we'll just keep it because I like the idea of having in the same value or in the same objects all the possible actions that you can have to update, to disable, to delete, all that stuff. But I think we should see a better way to improve certain things. So I don't really like the fact that here we need to have all of those declarations. Like honestly, it's sorry, it's super ugly for me. But I think there are some great stuff that we are coming up today. I think there are certain things that I really like about these new updates that we are doing to the architecture or to the logic, because it seems like everything is more clear now and more consistent, which is it's super key. But for example, these kind of things I don't really want to have them written right there, like honestly. So we will need to figure out how to get away from those. But as of now, it's okay, you know. This is an internal app for staff only, so it's not a big deal. Hey people, I see people on YouTube. How is it going? Just put a comment. Share your love with me. It's a little bit late now in Spain, that's why I'm a little bit like, I just want to finish this and go bed. But you know, I'm a developer, software developer, so I want to get this done today, and it's like, I don't know when to stop, you know. I don't know, if you're a software developer, you will probably feel the same. When you are so much focused on a certain problem and you actually don't want to stop just because you want to get the problem done and finished. That's what's happening right now. I guess for you guys it's great because you can see more content. But for me it's tiring. Nah, I mean, I enjoy it, right? Like, I enjoy it. But if you're watching the video, if you're watching the live stream, I want you right now, you, the person that is watching the live stream, to subscribe to my channel, because more cool content like this one will come. So I hope you will not miss out any of my featured content. So let's see what we have here. So we have chain genre, which is gonna be empty as of now. Then we have, oh my god, this function is so incredible. The update track, it's so incredible, honestly. So on update track, basically we should pass the track as the first parameter, which is okay, and then we just simply need to pass, in this case, the genre. So it's as simple as doing this. Incredible way of doing things, to be honest. Because right now it's so easy to update or create more functions to update certain things. So in this case, for example, it's disabled. Let's refresh and let's see what we have. Oh my god, I love it! It's a little bit late, but so excited to have this done as of today. So okay, so let me add one more value there. Okay, PDF blah 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 blah. Nice, you see that the tags are appearing right there. That's so awesome. But we no longer need it, so we can just delete that part. Then actually the well, this part we don't need it as well. So the only part that I want to make sure that is working fine, so if you go to if you go to disabled part, disabled, disabled. I want to make sure that the disabled switch is getting the value properly default checked. So I need to see the signature for this one. Could be easier if I open this stuff. If I open the documentation, and here what I want to check for, or what I want to look for, is the switch component. I feel like I should install Dash. I don't know if you guys know this application, Dash. Hey, ça va bien, comment tu t'appelles? I love when French people reach out. Where are you from? Are you from Canada? Are you from France? Are you from any other place? Okay. All right. Yeah, so I should probably install Dash. Pretty cool for these kind of things. Anyway, so I want to see the signature for these. So default checked to set the initial state. Determine whether the switch is checked or not. Yeah, pretty simple. Pretty simple interface, right? That's something that you would probably expect if you check or not. And then here we can just pass is disable it. Oh, actually is disabled. No, it should be the opposite, right? So instead of is disabled, let's do this in a positive way, because I think it's easier to understand if it's enabled. On chain is disabled. So let's see, track dot what's is disabled. Oh my god. All right, so let's follow that. So in this case, all right, yeah, that makes sense. So okay, if it's disabled, let's save. Let's see what we got. Hey, what's going on here? It's not refreshing. Is disabled. Boolean is a primitive. Boolean is a wrapper object. Which one? Oh, okay. So the switch is actually expecting me to pass this property as Boolean. No, it's actually disable switch. Track disable. Okay, so this is important. Just like let's update that to be Boolean in lowercase. Okay, so Does it mean that all the tracks are disabled by default? Is disabled false? Alright, so this is a little bit clunky because is enabled, is disabled true? Yeah, it's so weird. Good love if we can see is enabled and by default, yeah, I don't like to, this is confusing. Better to be positive, right? In general, in life. Is disabled, is disabled, disable. So all of that should be is enabled. And then this stuff right there, it says that track does not have that, but actually, yeah, you're right. The track does not have that, but I've just like added. Let's see if there is anything else with disabled. Disable, tag render, disable. What is that? Disable part, tag render, disable? What's that? Enabled. On-chain is disabled, so this should actually be chain is enabled. So on-chain is disabled should be on-chain is enabled. Awesome. On-chain is enabled. Chain is disabled. Chain is enabled. And then let's see if there's anything else with the disabled part. Disable. Okay. So I think, guys, we got it. I think we got this part, which is exciting. Then we got it. We got it. Vamos. We got this part. We got this part done. What I actually want to do, so before that, let me commit this part. What I want to do, to be honest, is interesting. That's true. All right, so I think for the video, this is pretty much it. Like, it's on a really good spot right now. Just let me fix real quick the the responsive design a little bit. So just like, let's add here like to ream, probably ream to ream. All right, awesome. And then I guess, well, okay, let's finish this shit up. Let's finish this. So this is gonna be refactor and updates over update genre plus tag selection. And then what I want to do is the title of the artist. So if we go to track item and we click on the artist, there should be a React edit text, inline text, React edit inline, the complete guide to building inline editable UI React components. So there is a package called React edit inline, which is exciting. I guess that I mean, come on, there is a property in React that allows you to do that. Oh my god, I look. I was just like doing something super weird. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy. It's not rocket science. Solving the focus issue. Uh-huh. Interesting. Let's use this. I don't want to waste time on these. I don't want to waste time on these. sorry if I'm not talking. I'm to focus on these. Focus on these. All right. So handler on changed on blur. Title. No overload. So what's up with this? All right, so let's see 1 second. Title string boy is not a signal to type. Come on. Come on. It's a string, so title dot current. Come on. But I just copied that from their documentation. How could it be possible that this is not actually the something that could be working? I literally copied that from their documentation. Unchanged, on blur. I don't really care on blur, to be honest. What's up with the unchanged? So handle unchanged. Right, so apparently it should be an event. Alright, so this is a problem. Got it! Let's see if this works. Yeah, it seems to be working. And then on blur, I just need to update this to be an event and to be any. So we can just update that. We can just update this. Pretty awesome, pretty cool. So let's try it out. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I don't really care about the on-chain. I only care about the on-blur. So I just only care if the real stuff is gonna change or not. So why is this saying on-chain is missing? Pff, whatever. If you say so. If you say so, I guess. Nice. So what if I actually ended up doing like I guess that I should use the so let me go text.current. Okay, so actually it's very interesting, the reference part. I think I should include this in something that I cannot say. What is title.current? Okay. So okay. Oh, but actually, oh, that's why I need to keep the Sure, no problem. Unchanged. Can that unchanged title? Yeah, now I understand why. Oh. Hold on. Just 1 second. Because I think I need to use the event.target, right? Probably yes. We can put the bounds so we don't call the match to the onChange, but honestly, not a big deal. OnChange title tracks context value dot onChange title. Then we need to go on change title, change. change title right there. Yeah, I feel like this shouldn't be a context itself. Like, it's fancy, but not very useful. At least with the current structure that we have. But, I mean, there are some advantages over that, so I'm not gonna tell you that it's a completely no sense. Oh, tired. But I want to finish this. Oh, okay. Change title. Yeah, pretty easy. Thanks everybody who's now on YouTube. I see a couple of people there. I appreciate it. I'm just like coding like if I were if I were like title. Yeah, that's why that's not super cool, honestly. So probably, yeah, because that's forcing a re-render. So let's do something else here. So we will only call unchanged when it's blurred. So where do I have disable switch title? On blurred title, then we will call title dot current. Okay. Possibly undefined. Then what I want to do is they said that this will not work with use state. Huh. Okay, so but I can directly use this. Okay, that works for me. All right, yeah, that works. Title dot current and then basically title dot text dot current. That works. That works. All right, so let's see if this actually works. Actually, I'm just noticing that the screen shakes anytime that I type, so I need to fix that for the future live streams. Nice. Okay, it's working. So we can add the same for chain author in case we need to, but on chain author, just, you know, I'm into the mood right now. So this will be author track dot I think artist. Can I just call it author? Please. Autor, artista, autor. track.author. Título.current título.author.current author.current. This on blur, honestly, on blur author is fine, and then on blur on chain author is great as well. So let's see if this works. Oh, it looks ugly. It looks too big. Yeah, this isn't working fine. Oh, but it's not working because on-chained author, because I'm missing the on-chain authored. I missed that part. On-chained author is a function. Okay, so track item. Chained author. Tracks context value dot chained author. Yeah, now I realize that. This is fantastic, honestly. What a really great architecture, so easy to update stuff. Nice. I don't like the way I need to go here. Unchained. No, this does not make sense. This doesn't make sense. Change author. It's saying that it does not exist. Okay. I guess that because we are re-rendering this, right? So we don't actually keep track of. Okay. So far so good. Pretty exciting about that. So edit artist plus author. Okay. All right, guys. Pretty exciting about this. I think we have done so much today. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, just please consider subscribing. I'm just gonna go to sleep, but we'll see you tomorrow with another live stream. Thumbs up if you enjoy this one. Subscribe if you as well enjoy this one, and we'll see you very soon with another video. Actually, tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. I need to double check because there's some stuff here that are actually. Hold on. Why is this? So I see some stuff that are actually being reset, which is not nice. So okay, so these elements right there, they don't reset each other, but this reference doing that? Why? Why? Why is that forcing a re-render? You know what? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't understand why that's been reset. I don't really understand. Unchange. I don't know. Seems like it completely restart everything. But does not make any sense to me. What the fuck? If it's updating the global state, it does not make any sense. Because it's updating the global state. Update track, chain author, chain title. I will just add a debugger right there. Data. Does not make any sense to me. Can you explain to me why? Why? It seems that it's getting older track, which may be the case given the fact that Okay, I think I know the problem. But I don't know why that's happening, but I think I definitely know the problem maybe, so let's check. Okay, so let's say I enabled that stuff. What the hell? What's going on? Let's say that I add a couple of things here. Now, let's say that I will just disable that. Huh. Is this... weird. Blurry. Honestly, I don't want to waste time on that. I will just add like an input field. Data, it says... I don't understand. like runtime last error. Let me restart real quick this. Honestly, I don't care about that at this point, so I just want to get the functionality ready. So editable, what if I yeah, probably should use that instead. Well, maybe not. Just one people. Awesome. Honestly, Jorge, like, I don't want to waste time with this. So let's refactor this a little bit. Let's have this to be let's make this just simply content editable. Yeah, just let's have the title as it is, and that's pretty much it. I don't want to like waste time on that, especially because it's a little bit tricky and it's a nice too, so it's totally not really relevant, to be honest. So let's add the input there. All right, so I guess we will have here maybe we can add some stuff there, like a pre. What's up with this? Okay, it's already there. And all right, let me move this up a little bit. Where's the truck item? There we go. Input track title. Then we can add some pre-value. Select option. I don't really want an option. I'm just like select before. Okay, add them before. That's the one that I'm looking for. So this is gonna be title. So we can be more specific about what's the kind of input that you're editing. Okay. So this is gonna be the title. This is gonna be the author. We're just gonna remove these. We're just gonna remove use state, as well as use state right there. So this will be the author, this will be the title, and then we will have the set title as well as the set author. So when we are doing the onChange, the only thing that we need to actually do is value, which is going to be a string, and then we just like simply need to pass that. And then on the author is going to be pretty much the same. Okay, perfect. Instead of that, set author. Pretty simple. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Current does not exist. For sure, it does not exist. It's fun that it does like a static analysis and warning you. The UI is ugly as fuck with these changes that I did, but hey, I don't care. It's very functional, which is what matters. So try a author and then track title. Why? So let me go to these. So unchanged. Unchanged title. Unchanged author. What's up with this? Function is not event change event. Okay. Fair enough. Event.target dot value and this is gonna be just simply an event. And then here on chain author, on chain title, and apparently there is something function to event what function provides what chain event point event part expected times from change. No, it's good now. This is gonna be the title, which comes from the hook, and then this is gonna be the author, which as well comes from the hook. Yeah, but one question: does it have on blur? On presenter allow? Actually, I don't really. Okay, makes sense. Okay. All right, that works. Okay, that works. Let's finish this, please. On chain. It occupies the space, so I will probably just be fine to remove that. All right. So I think we got it. Fixed title and author. So we are able to change new artist name. So we are able to change that. Changing the author. Actually. Wait. Change authored. Change authored. Yeah. Okay, we got it. So, wow, we did a lot of things today. So we basically finished this part. Now that is done. Tomorrow we'll finish this other part, which is gonna be about being able to filter out all the tracks by specific genres and tags and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Oh my god, it's been like around 7 hours of a live stream. So that's a lot, but yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. So we are right now 675 and we want to go to 700 and 1000 so far and so on. So please subscribe if you like this content. See you tomorrow with another live stream. So subscribe, hit the bell so you will be know, like they will tell you when there's new content. And thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoy this new project and talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. Ciao.